Good morning. It is 7:12 a.m. on Monday, April 19th, 2021. I'm Christiana Ellis, and I've been up for about an hour and a half, maybe. This is 5 more minutes. I don't know. It's complicated to say when I got up because I didn't sleep well last night. Got some stuff going on that I'm not really ready to talk about. May not talk too much about publicly, just in general, because it involves real people that I care about. But yeah, got some stressful stuff going on right now, and I ended up with an anxiety dream that kind of woke me up. And like, content of the dream, like the specifics of it, really don't have anything to do with anything real that's happening, but I definitely recognize just the sort of the stress of having the dream, waking up like at 4 a.m. and not really being able to go back to sleep after that, especially at a time when I'm had just been kind of making some headway on being less sleep deprived. But yeah, so not super great today. Like, but like here's the thing about that. I think it's an important part of life coping skills, and something that I think tends to get a little bit easier as you get older, is being able to put into perspective that sometimes these things are temporary, you know, and to let kind of a mood swing come and go without necessarily giving it too much weight. This video is the equivalent of a subtweet, and I'm frustrated with that. But that said, I don't think that I want to talk more about what's so really going on, right? Like, but just for the reasons that I mentioned, is that first of all, I'm not sure I know what I want to say about it yet. Also, that this, like, there's no villain in this story. There's not any kind of a I just don't think that there's anything productive to be gained by getting into the details of it. But that said, I'm dealing with it. So it's like, that's what's going on with me today. And it's probably an ongoing, like, evolving situation anyway. So that all the more reason to not over analyze it right now, and just kind of let the whole thing simmer a little bit. Recognize that sun still rises, still got a cute little dog. I've been watching more Food Wars on Netflix, which is very soothing, even though the characters themselves are going through things that are stressful for them. But I tell you, just I haven't really talked too much about Food Wars. I mentioned it a little bit, I think, when I had first just tried the first episode. But it's essentially, one of the standard anime tropes of, like, a competition of some kind, where in some of these it would be like, oh, someone's training to be the best fighter or whatever. But in this case, it's about a fancy cooking school, and so you've got all of these characters who are trying to be the best chef in the world, and it treats all the stuff very seriously. But the attention to detail in the animation and the writing, to the food, and making everything look really good, and then just really laying it on thick with, like, oh my gosh, it's so good, and really kind of leaning on the fan service in terms of depicting characters in kind of sexy ways without quite going all the way to, like, this is not, I don't know, it's yeah. In any case, it's got basically, uh, the naughtiest bits blurred out or obscured otherwise, but showing, people in the throes of ecstasy as a result of the extremely good curry they just ate or whatever. And but at the same time, it's also just kind of like, it's very sweet. And the main character is kind of oddly chill about everything, which continues to be a delightful formula. Just where, you've got the guy who desperately wants to be his rival and keeps coming in to try to yell in his face about, like, well, this time I'm not going to be defeated by you. In fact, it'll be you that has to. And then he's just like, oh, yeah, okay, good. Yeah. Good job. Good luck. And it's just unfazed by all that stuff, which I enjoy. Anyway, I'm off work today, so I'm probably going to try to get a little bit of cleaning done. And like, I'll be okay, right? Like, so, that I'm always wary of getting into, like, emotional stuff on here because, like, I don't want to be either seeking pity or worrying people unnecessarily. But at the same time, to some extent, like, to the extent that these videos are a journal, should I not talk about it when I've got something stressing me out? I don't know. I don't think that's the right answer either. In any case, tonight, Mike and I are going to be recording our Watching 100 movies about Deep Blue Sea and Xanadu, so that'll be fun. And I will talk to you all tomorrow for 5 more minutes.